So, I know I say in every review I do that this is the best show I've ever seen. Well, if this show isn't, it's in the top three. This is one of the most wonderful and unique theater experiences I've ever seen. This is truly just a magical show. So let me just say, before I start talking about this genius cast, that at the performance I saw, uh, Dick Datry, the detective, was the normal choice. All three of these of our votes were like the stereotypical picks. Bazard was Datry, and the murderer was Rosa, and the lovers were Princess Puffer and the deputy. But I'll talk about them later, the performances of those moments. Okay, so let's talk about this cast. Let's start with Jim Norton. Jim Norton was fantastic as this kind of narrator, chairman, director, whatever you may call him. He really held that show together really well. And when he took on this other character, when he had to play the mayor of the town, the voice that he used, every time he said a line in that voice, I could not stop laughing. That's rare that, like, of everything he says gets a laugh out of me. It's just that voice was truly hilarious. Stephanie J. Block was wonderful. She really was wonderful. Act 1, I didn't love her in Act 1. She was good in Act 1, but her wasn't really that meaty. But then in Act 2, when she had to play Datry, and the walk she used as Datry was very funny. And then, when she was the actress, Alice Nutting, that was total diva, just perfect. Perfect. And then writing on the wall. That last note of writing on the wall was perfect. Will Chase. Will Chase was awesome. Awesome. At the beginning of the show, but before the show even starts, the actors come out into the audience and interact with the audience. Even the stars, like Stephanie was out there and Will Chase was out there. But Will Chase, he's the best at interacting with the audience, I feel. He was really great. There I don't have a favorite in this cast. There is no weak link. Everyone was so good. But there are a couple that could come close to being my favorites. Will Chase is one of them, and another was Greg Edelman. Greg Edelman was hilarious. He was just so great. The physicality and just like making that character so sweet and like lovable, even though he may or may not have killed someone. Who else there to talk about? Andy Carl. Andy Carl nailed it with that role. So great. Just so wonderful. Those eyebrows. The eyebrows on that man. Oh my god. So great. Jessie Mueller. I love her, but the character wasn't as developed as it should have been, that character, and it's not her fault. I could tell she wanted to go so further with that character, but she couldn't. Like, compared to Andy Carl's character, it wasn't as meaty, but she was still wonderful. And Betsy Wolfe was... her character in Act 1, I mean, because usually, it's very much like Hope and Anything Goes. She wasn't the funny character. She was good, but the role wasn't as funny as the other characters in that show. Like, comparing her to, like, Andy Carl's character and Greg Edelman's character and Will Chase's character, she's very, like, straight man. But her murder confession was awesome. Really, really great job on her murder confession. And beautifully sung, beautiful voice. Moonfall was so beautiful. Nicholas Barash was very good as the deputy. And he was very funny in The Lovers when he had to do it with Cheetah. That was very cute. Oh, Peter Benson. First of all, really nice guy off stage. I saw him before and after the show. He smiled at me both times. Very nice guy, and he was great. He was great as Bazard, and I did also love when he was revealed as Datchery. His song when he was revealed as Datchery was also really, really great, and as was his big number, Never the Luck. And Robert Creighton. Robert Creighton did an awesome job as always. This is the second time I've seen him, and he was great. So there's one person left to talk about, and that's Cheetah. I'll admit, when I went to the show, I had not the highest of expectations for her, but I was gonna go easy on her. If she wasn't great, I wasn't gonna be hard on her because she's Cheetah. I felt the same way with Joel Grey, but Joel Grey, he had some problems, but he was overall really good. Cheetah nailed it. Really, okay. Her only problem was her accent. After Wages of Sin, which by the way was hilarious and just wonderful, I feel like she just dropped the accent. She was just like, screw it, I'm done. I did my big song. But other than that, she was great. And she's still, in the words of Safterdetsky, she's still got it. Just so fantastic. And her and the Lovers was also very funny. And that ensemble was so great. Oh, but special shout-outs in the ensemble to two people. One is, let me just find their page so I can just make sure I know their names. One I know is Jim Walton, who of course was, I saw in Company. And he was great in this, great in Company, and I had a nice chat with him at the stage door. I told him how great he and Patty LuPone worked together. He is a very nice guy. Another shout-out I gotta give to Shannon Lewis, because Shannon Lewis not only did the voting, was in charge of the voting in my section of the audience, she was also very funny in Act 1 when they started to do it Off to the Races. Her facial expressions were great. And I was like looking through the song list and like trying to think what was my favorite number. They were all so good. There You Are was so brilliantly done because there was no pre-show announcement. They were just, the actors were in the audience, like I said, and all of a sudden, BAM! The orchestra starts, and by the way, Paul Gemignani, great job as always. There You Are just started, Jim Norton came on stage, and they were BAM! They were off to the races. Will Chase did a great job with the Man Could Go Quite Mad. Also, his murder confession, which is in every show, he really didn't commit the murder, but he is like, he thinks he killed Drood even though he didn't. But his murder confession in Act 2 was awesome. He's so great, Will Chase. Two Kinsmen was great. Moonfall, Betsy Wolfe. Oh, The Wages of Sin. Cheetah killed it with that. Oh, the ballet in the Opium Den was so well done, so well executed, beautifully. Ceylon, A British Subject, great. Both Sides of the Coin was hysterical. Hysterical. Will Chase and Jim Norton did a great job with that. Perfect Strangers was beautiful. I love Stephanie J. Block and Betsy Wolfe together. No Good Can Come From Bad was great. Never the Luck. Peter Benson, great job. Then Off to the Races, and then, oh, I love the set, but my favorite set in the show was the train station, the beginning of Act 2. Such a beautiful set. I loved all the sets, like that. The graveyard was great, Jasper's house was great, but that train, and the train itself was great, but that whole song in the train station, Settling Up the Score, was so well staged. Cheetah and Stephanie J. Block were so great in it. I love that whole scene, that whole moment. Don't Quit While You're Ahead was so thrilling. I love that. I love Don't Quit While You're Ahead. So really well done. I got chills. I really got chills. And then it was just fantastic in Writing on the Wall. SJB nailed it. Alright, go run and see this show. This is seriously one of the best, probably, I don't know, because I haven't seen all the shows on Broadway right now. This is the only show I've seen. It's on Broadway right now, but, besides Wicked. But, just go, run, see the show. It's through March, I believe. It's such a fantastic cast. Great job, Scott Ellis and Warren Carlyle, on directing this. Rupert Holmes, you wrote a wonderful show. Just, great job to everyone involved in this show.